Hey, what's up guys, I am Roguru, and today I'm going to talk about arithmetic operators. Now in the previous video we talked about variables, data types, and so on. Now today I want to talk about how you would do math in Roblox. So here I have a local script with 2 comments and 3 variables. The comments are just the title, all the arithmetic operators, and I have variable A, which stores the value 1, variable B, which stores the value 2, and then I have variable sum, which stores nothing for now. Now imagine you want to add 2 numbers in Lua. Well, in order to add, you have to use the plus sign. So to add 2 numbers, all you have to do is type out the first number, put the plus sign, type out the second number, just like in real life. You can do the exact same thing with variables A plus B. What A plus B would do is the script would check what is assigned to A, number 1. Okay, so we have 1 right here. So this is basically equal to 1. And then we have B right here, which is basically equal to 2. And it would just add 1 plus 2. So essentially A plus B in this case is equal to 1 plus 2. So let's just type it out right here. A plus B. Now, if you can see here, when I just try to add 2 numbers, it's underlined in red. Well, that's because I can't just add 2 numbers and then expect the code to save it somewhere. I'm going to have to manually save it. So in order to do that, all I have to do is type out the variable name to which I want to save this value. And then I just an equal sign, and then I type out the expression, so 1 plus 1. So basically I'm doing the exact same thing we're doing in the previous lesson, but instead of just giving it straight out a value, I gave it a math problem. So what the code would do, or the compiler, it would go right here and say, okay, we have sum, and we're assigning a value of 1 plus 2 to it. So what is 1 plus 2? Well, 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay. So 1 plus 2 is 3, therefore we're going to assign the value 3 to sum. You can do the exact same thing with A and B. So now if we print out sum, play, you see it prints out 3. If we change A to, for example, 5, it prints out 7. So that is how you use the addition sign. Let me show you another expression you would be using a lot with the addition sign. A lot of times you'd be doing sum equals sum plus 1. Now this type of expression is known as increment. This means that what you're doing is you're getting the variable sum, okay, and what is the value I'm going to store in sum? Okay, I'm going to store sum plus 1. So this essentially means that if we have sum equaling to 1, it would check, okay, what does sum equal to? It equals to 1. So let's do 1 plus 1, and now sum equals 2. So all this does is it adds 1 to sum. This is called incrementing, and you'll be using this a lot in loops. We will talk about loops in the future. Okay, so let's continue. Now what if we want to subtract 2 numbers? Well, you do the exact same thing as you did with the plus sign, but instead you use the minus sign. So if you want to subtract B from A, you would just do sum equals A minus B. If you play, I didn't print out anything, so let me just print sum again. 3. So all we did is subtract 2 from 5, and we got 3. We can do the exact same thing with numbers, and we'll get the exact same result. Or we can do something like this. Sum equals sum minus 1. This is called decrementing. So if sum equals 5, it does the exact same thing as incrementing, but instead of adding 1, it will subtract 1. So you'll use these a lot in loops as well. So decrementing is subtract 1, incrementing is add 1. Alright, let us continue. Now what if you want to multiply two numbers? Multiply. Well, for that use the asterisk or the star. And to multiply two numbers, all you have to do is do A times B. Simple, just like in real life. Or you can do sum equals 1 times 2. Or you can do sum equals sum times 3. And so on. We can also do sum equals negative 1 times 2. And we print out sum. And we get negative 2. So, just like in real life, if you multiply a positive by a negative, you get a negative. So that is the asterisk or multiplication sign. Now, what if we have to divide a number? So, division. We just use the slash. So if you want to divide A by B, all you have to do is A divided by B. Or you can say sum equals 2 divided by 1. Or sum equals sum divided by 3. And so on. I will not play it this time because it's pretty self-explanatory that it'll work. All it does is takes the first number and then divides it by the second number. Alright, now we get to modulus operator, which is percentage. Now a lot of people won't know what this does, and that is okay. Now imagine A equals 11 and B equals 5. Or actually, let's just use numbers in this case. Sum equals 11, percentage 5. What this does is it tries to divide 11 by 5, but it doesn't fully divide it. All it does is returns the remainder. So let me explain. How many times does 5 go into 11? Well, it should go twice. So if you do 5 times 2, it equals 10. But then we also have a remainder of 1. So what that modulus sign does is it returns this 1. So if we have 12 divided by 5, it would return 2 because 5 goes into 12 2 times fully, which would be 10. And then it has a remainder of 2. So that is basically what the modulus operator does. It returns the remainder of a division. So for example, if we have 12 modulus 5, let's print sum. Play. 2. Let's do 12.5 modulus 5. Play. 2.5. So it prints out the remainder. You can do this with variables or with sum as well, just like our previous operators can do it with anything you want, except strings and nil. Now our last operator we will learn for today is the exponent operator. What this does is, if I write a exponent 2, all it does is do a to the power of 2, which would return 121. Or we can do b to the power of 2, which is 25. For those who don't know what to the power means or what an exponent is, it's pretty simple. So if we have 2 to the power of 2, this would return 4. So what this does is, essentially, 2 to the power of 2 equals 2 times 2. 2 to the power of 3 equals 2 times 2 times 2. So basically you just multiply the number by itself as many times as the exponent says. So if the exponent is 3, you multiply the number by itself 3 times, and so on. This is also important to understand. Now that we have learned about the operators, let's learn about the order operations and scripts. Well, the order operations is pretty easy to learn. So, this is how it goes. First, you do multiplication, then division, then you get the modulus. After that, you get addition and then subtraction. And this is the order in which the script adds and divides and performs operations. So if you have, for example, sum equals 1 plus 4 times 3 divided by 2, what the script would do is, okay, we have 4 times 3. So we would do this first, then we get the value of 12, and then we divide 12 by 2, and then we get the value of 6, and then we add 6 plus 1, and we'd get the value of 7. So that is the order of operations. If you want to change the order of operations, so you want to add first, or divide first, here let's do this, times 3 divided by 12, all you have to do is add parentheses. So the order of operations is pretty much like in real life. You just have to make sure you remember it. Anyways, thanks for watching, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye.